So, ladies and gentlemen, here I am in an estate somewhere in the Free State. It makes so much sense, it rhymes. You know I don't throw sublimes.
Pow!
So yeah, here I am in an estate and studying medicine at the age of 21, as you saw it at the thumbnail. Raised in an orphanage. And yeah, this video is just me basically covering my story from day one to here. And if you like this video, please uh, please subscribe, please share it on your status, tell more people about it. At the moment, I have 0 subscribers. This is my second YouTube video, so please support me. If you don't like the video, comment why you don't like the video. Comment how I can better myself. Maybe you don't like the camera quality. If you don't, buy me an iPhone and I will make better videos. For not specifically who doesn't like Mloi. So yeah, without further ado, let's get into the video. What is up, YouTube? It's your one and only Sam Mars, and welcome to my YouTube channel. Okay, so before we begin, there's 3 things that I would like to first get off the plate. Number 1, this is not my estate. I am currently house sitting. I'm watching this house for somebody, and yeah, it's somebody I wouldn't say I know quite well, and I'm not allowed to say who it is, but just know that this is not my estate. But I'm in this estate all alone, and I'm watching it. Number 2, this video might be too long. While making the script, I realized that I might have to break this video into 2 parts, so I'm sorry about that. Because some people out there have the attention span of a goldfish. I'm one of those people, and so I'm sorry that I'm not sure, I might have to break it into 2 parts. And yeah, thirdly, this is my second time I make this video because I don't have space. My phone's videos, they kept restarting, they kept doing weird stuff, and then I actually took this whole video and then it deleted itself. So everything might seem a bit different. I'm sorry about that. This is the second time I do this video. So yeah, let's get into it. Let's begin this story where all stories begin.
In the beginning.
So yeah, in the beginning, ladies and gentlemen, I was raised in Virginia with my mom and dad. I was not born and raised. I was not born in an orphanage, as most people think. Yeah, I was raised with my mom and dad up until grade 2. At the end of grade 2, that's when I moved to my first orphanage. I'm gonna call it youth center from this video onwards, because that's what it's actually called. Orphanages. The word orphanage, I don't like it, but a lot of people don't know what the youth center is. So I'm gonna call it youth center from now moving forward. So yeah, I moved to my first youth center at December 2012, grade 2. Grade R, grade 1, grade 2. Remember, I did grade 2 with my mom and dad and then only at the end did I move to the orphanage. So grade R, grade 1, grade 2, I was a bit, I don't know, I always used to watch TV. I was quiet. Yeah, there were problems back at home, obviously. But then I always used to watch TV. I was always quiet. I didn't understand the purpose of school. So I was not really that smart. So I used to kind of actually fail, not too much, but yeah, I failed some subjects in grade 1 and grade 2. Grade R, I was slow. I remember being told by the teachers, but hey, I'm slow. I was always lost as a child, grade R. And yeah, I didn't understand life in Nigeria. I just lived to watch TV. We had 4 channels on TV: SBC1, SBC2, ETV. Yeah, SBC1, 2, 3, ETV. And now I used to watch cartoons every time. And ever since grade R, I've always known English, because you know how parents make it a big deal if their child knows English. Hey, my mom used to make it a big deal. You, my child, you know English. Who's teaching you English? Those kinds of things. In South Africa, as a black person, English is a luxury, guys. I don't know why, but yeah, it's a luxury. So I've known English for ever since a young age. I don't know who taught me English. I believe the TV taught me English, because I used to watch TV so much that I feel like I picked up English from there. And yeah, and then at the end of grade 2, December, up until March 2013, so that's 3 months, ne? From basically the beginning of my grade 3, beginning of 2013, I went to my first orphanage, first youth center. And there, that's I didn't understand what as people used to put it out, lying laban, as people used to call it. And so I didn't understand that. Now I genuinely thought I'm gonna go back to my mom and dad. I lived there. I have a little sister. I lived there with my little sister. Be like, no, we're gonna go back. Somewhere, somehow we're going back. And that was a temporary place basically. There's not much stories about that place where I lived at. It was in the same town as my mom and dad in Virginia still. And so yeah. Okay, there are quite stories that are way too personal for me to share. Probably if you subscribe, if my YouTube video is successful, maybe I'll share them. But there were a couple of stories here and there while living there, but yeah, for later. I used to attend court cases, but I didn't know that those were court cases. You know, as kids, kids are quite lost in life. Now I just went there, we speak, they ask us questions, and now I answer truthfully. I shouldn't have. I answered truthfully, yeah. Yeah, I end up implicating myself in a lot of situations. But yeah, it was a temporary place while they find a permanent youth center for you. And then after 3 months, I went to another youth center. This is still 2013. And then from March 2013, I went to my second youth center now. And then that youth center was still in Virginia, but a different part of Virginia. You know how some towns have many different parts. Kasi, town, what. Yeah, you know, if you're South African, you know, because some Virginia obviously has many parts. So in a different part of Virginia, I went to another youth center there, and for me personally, that place felt like prison. Ngaze ngafa. Okay, my Xhosa or Zulu is quite bad. If I make mistakes, don't attack me, correct me rather. But when I got there, hi guys, prison. Yeah, that place was prison. Because, guys, we did every single thing on time. When I tell you, Ugoti, we walked like soldiers to go and eat. Troop still, even, not making a sound. Like, let's see, we woke up on Mondays when it was school days. We would wake up at 7, bath, jiggy, do whatever, and then quiet. And then there was this huge drawer full of underwears. No one had their own underwear. It was a huge drawer full of underwears. You take an underwear from there, by the way. No one had their own. And then you wear it, and then, yeah, we prep. And then after we prep, that youth center, it had two big houses. So one house is full of bedrooms. It has the TV room. It also has, yeah, the bathrooms. So that's the house were usually in. And then there was another house. It had offices. It also had the kitchen. It had, yeah, we were not really supposed to be there. And yeah, I can't know what I did. Yeah, it had also a weird room that had our school bags. We all used the same school bag, different colors, and every school bag had your name on it. Sam, Bitumelo, who and who. And then there was also our scarf teams were also in that room. And every scarf team also lunchbox for those of you who don't speak Sesotho or South African languages. Yeah, every lunchbox had your name on it. So yeah, there was those two houses. So after we done bathing, Monday morning or school morning basically, after we're done bathing, we stand in a line, troop still, hold each other's hands, and then we walk like soldiers. We go to the kitchen, we go and eat. And everything was worked with bells. While we're standing in line, a bell would ring, eat, we go to eat. After we eat, we pray. After praying, we stand up, line again, we walk. Now we go to that room that had our school bags, and then we stand in a line. Troop still, you go and grab your school bag, grab your lunchbox, put it, stand on the side. The next one, school bag, lunchbox, stand on the side. After that, we walk to the taxi, and then we go to school. After school, we stand at the gate. You are not allowed to leave the school premise. You know how there was snitches, ne? In every place there are snitches. Like, I remember there was one, I think, let's say after school, we wait at the school gate, not outside. There was a time when one child left the school premise. I cannot remember what they were going to do, but they left the school. They didn't even go far. That place did not wait to snitch. I was also part of the snitchers. We all snitched. We all hello, please. Kids are snitches. I was also there snitching. So yeah, for me that place felt like prison. Cause what do you mean? We're doing everything in such a tight schedule. That didn't make sense for me. We also in the weekends we would wake up at around 8, and then we'd bath, do everything, and then we'd only go outside if we were told. So we'd sit and then you guys can go outside, and then only then we go and play. We play for like about an hour outside, and then at 11 o'clock we all had to go to sleep. Every weekend, every Saturday, Sunday, we slept at 11 o'clock. In the afternoon, sun is shining, we go to sleep up until around 2 o'clock, 1 o'clock. I cannot remember. But then we'd sleep. And now I remember I couldn't sleep like in those times. We had basically had to take naps. I couldn't sleep during those times. Now I was a little bit rebellious, a little bit to some of the Tanis. Oh, only one Tani actually that I used to talk back to, and I didn't like that Tani. Now that looking back, I was the one who was wrong. She was going through a lot because of me. But yeah, I'm sorry if you're watching this. To you, Tani, that I used to talk back to. I'm sorry. But yeah, if you were naughty, you would have to. You would be punished by standing on the wall. You'd kiss the wall, and you close your eyes and put your hands behind your back. If you did anything wrong, and sometimes you would do that for hours, for 2 hours. Imagine kissing a wall for 2 hours while the other children are playing. Yo. I felt like that place was prison. We never saw the street. Yeah. We never went outside, guys. The only time, okay, it was a huge yard, ne? And then inside that yard, imagine a huge wall, and then there was also a smaller wall inside that wall. Ne? Sorry, I just got a thing. I don't know, a warning. So yeah, imagine a huge wall and then another wall inside, a wall and then a wall inside. This is where we would only like play. This is our outside. We never saw the street basically. To go to the street, the only time you'd see outside is if you go to school. Even then, it's in a taxi because we Parama taxi. You go into the taxi, go to school. Even at the school, you don't leave the school premise. You still stay in the school premise. Taxi comes, fetches us, we go back. That's the only time we see outside. You don't. There's no such thing as I'm going to Tabo's place. I'm visiting my friend. Oh, you're always in the yard. You never see the street. That I felt like it's prison. But now looking back, they were keeping us safe because we're children. What am I doing? I'm in a place that I don't even know. I'm trying to visit Tabo's place. Tabo doesn't live anywhere near. So yeah, they were keeping us safe, but I didn't understand that as a child. I was the oldest. I was 9 years old. I was the oldest, and I was cocky because I was the only one who knew English. And black people make it a big deal if you know English. Because the time is there, hey, you know English, say something in English. And I'm standing there, my name is Sam, and I am from Virginia. Wow! Like, yeah, I was the only one who knew English, and it was, I don't know why everybody made a big deal out of it. Nami, I also made it a point. Guys, I was a child, I was looking for attention. I made it a point where I tried to prove that I know English. Because I don't know how to put it, the main Tani, she was white. And then all the other Tanis, they were kind of like, I don't want to, they were the Tanis who used to interchange. So they were like the cleaning ladies actually. And they would interchange. So Monday, Tani this, Tuesday, Tani this, Thursday, Tani this. But the main Tani, she was a white person, all these one were black people. And then she was the one who drove us to school. And then when she drove us, I used to sit in front with her and I would chat with her. Because, yeah, she would ask me to, basically, if someone wanted something at the back, they would say to me, and then I would translate it to Tani. I'm not going to say her name, but I don't want to say people's names without their permission. So, yeah. And then I would say to Tani. And then you see the Tanis who used to actually look after us and who used to also have to clean the house. They kind of didn't like that. Because I remember them telling me I must stop chatting with Tani while we're driving to school. I'm distracting her. Or I talk too much. And now I used to really talk too much. Because now it's kind of a way of me trying to prove, okay, guys, now I know English. So yeah, I was a little bit of a quirky child, braggadocious at some point. And that Tani, the white Tani who used to be the main Tani there, she used to actually kind of like me. I was a little bit of a suck up to her. You know how those children who are teachers' favorite? Yeah, I used to be like that. I used to try to be her favorite. Yeah, which is not a good thing. Yeah, and then yeah, we had a monster living at that youth center. Explaining this right now is so crazy, but we had a monster, and I genuinely believed it was a monster because we're children. So every night there would be a monster that would, okay, not even nights, some nights, there would be a monster that would knock at the door or knock on some of the doors and it would make a strange sound. It was a person's voice saying, Ma. Every child there believed it. We all knew there's a monster here. I genuinely believed Ugoti. That's a monster. Growing up, I now realize, oh, no, that's crazy. And the time is there. They pushed, they pushed the negative. You talk about evil. So about that, that's an alarm. Oh, I need to feed the dogs, but they'll be strong. 5 minutes. The time is there. They used to push the negative that there's a monster because there was a time that monster entered into the house. I think one of the Tanis would wear a mask or something. She entered into the house, and then we were all so scared. The children are crying, "Ah!" And then one of the Tanis takes a mop. She's trying to fight the monster. Hide behind me, hide behind me. Yo, I those Tanis, I they pushed the negative, Shem. I they pushed the negative. Shem, congratulations to them on making a whole bunch of children believe there's a monster. And also, if you were way too naughty, the ultimate punishment was you'd have to kiss the wall outside at night. Remember, there's a monster. So every child there was scared of that punishment. Now I would do stuff that would get me into trouble. But once they threatened me with that punishment, Hamara, congratulations, Shem. I don't know if they still do that to now, but congratulations to them, Shem. Wow. Wow. What else? Yeah. Oh yeah, at this place, this is when I started realizing Oguchi. I'm a little bit of a I can it books wise. Yeah, there's hope. Because when I got to this place, uh the I used to kind of my marks are a little bit good and the Danis used to tell me that, wow, your marks are quite good. What's it? Your marks are... So yeah, that's when I realized Oguchi, yeah, books wise, there's hope in my life. Because as children, guys, you must tell them Oguchi. If a child is smart or if a child achieves at something, tell them, or else they will never realize it. Because that's only then did I realize okay, in school we're here to learn actually. You don't go to school for fun. You must learn, you must do homework, you must pass in school. So that's when I realized, wow, there's something called reports, and you must pass in school. You must actually work. In grade 3, imagine. And then yeah, so that does that. Is there anything that I can cover? Possibly in future videos if there's any stories that I need to cover. And then I lived at this place, remember, from 2013 March till 2014 March. So I lived there for exactly a year, and then I moved on to my third orphanage. Now this time they moved me because they wanted me to be in a different town as my mom and dad. So like they moved me to Wimberg, which is like a completely different town, far away from any other place. And then while we were moving to the Wimberg orphanage, I remember sitting in the car with the social worker telling me, Guti, hey, we're moving you to a new place. It's gonna be fun. There's gonna be you guys are gonna eat burger every day. As a child, I mean, I was excited. Me and my little sister, I was excited. Yeah. Hey, we're moving to a place where they eat burgers every day. There's a trampoline over there. Yeah. Yeah, I ate the burgers. Yeah. I'm joking. There was no burger, but yeah, I arrived at the third and final youth center from 2014 March till grade 12, basically. In 2014 March, it's in the middle of grade 4, so I had to change schools in the middle of grade 4. And when I get there, yeah, I started actually excelling in school. That was when I started, because the school had this thing, yeah, top 3 every term. So every time they would like basically say in this grade, every grade, top 3 learners. And I think when I arrived, I was number 2 or something. And then people were like, wow, and everything. And then that's when I actually realized, yeah, there's light. When it comes to books, there's light, there's hope. So yeah, I arrived there, and so much happened from 2014 till grade 12. So many different stories. I mean, there was a phase of children running away, phase of children having children. There was a phase of abuse. There's so many stories there that I feel like each story kind of needs its own YouTube video. So I'm gonna probably do that in the future. But if it's stories that involve implicating other people, I'm not gonna do that. It's unfair for me to tell the lives of other people without their permission. But yeah, what I'll explain though is my biggest experience with the youth center. So when I got there, there was a white dummy, and she liked me. Remember, I'm kind of when I was a child, I used to be kind of a suck up. Remember that. So now the Danny likes me. I'm respectful. I am. I'm a snitch, basically. And when I was there, I was the youngest person. It was only older people in grade 10, grade 12, those kinds of grades. So there was a time when I saw one of them holding alcohol. The way I ran to tell Danny, yo, I was a snitch, guys. It's the previous place that taught me that. So yeah, I'm a suck up. I'm a snitch. I'm basically how can I say, the Danny base just liked me. And also when I arrived there, I had a box full of books that I used to read. I used to be in my room reading those books. It was not big books, smaller than a books. I read a lot of. You see the Disney stories, Beauty and the Beast. I read it before I actually watched. No, I watched it. I had watched it, but then I read it again. Cinderella. So there's a lot of Disney books and a lot of poppy stories, man. Used to read. Yeah, I was just a nice child in Jinnah. Yeah, and then a month later, I I remember Danny used to tell me when you arrived here, you changed like this after a month. Because a month later, around a month later, I just started getting into trouble every single day, and I don't understand how. As a kid, I didn't understand what. In fact, as a kid, I didn't even care. All I knew is I'm getting into trouble every day. Cause, guys, I used to get into trouble for stupid things, man. Like stupid things. Like, number one, I was always late. I was always late. I don't understand it, Len. To this day, I'm late. Even my friends still tell me, hey, Sam, when you're always late. Here, I was always late. I was always forgetful. Yeah, the dog is barking, so I was always forgetful. As a child in grade 4, you're forgetting things. So people used to tell me, "Oh, I have the mind of an old person." I used to lose things. Number one, my glasses. I used to lose my glasses. I used to lose my pens. I never had a pen in school. The teachers would fight me. Sam, where are your pens? Kind of what else did I used to do? Yeah, they used to tell me I'm going to be late for my own funeral. Uh, I used to break my glasses. I've been wearing glasses ever since my second youth center. I've been wearing glasses ever. That